Seneca, who is 4 out of 5 from yards or longer, will try a 51-yarder. He missed from 48 earlier. This one is drilled, and it's good. 20-12, 5:04 to go, third quarter from New Orleans.
Nice. One day you find you're up to your waist in it. If being in it buys one more day on top of it, fill up the tub. Fill up the tub.
Tommy. What did I tell you about riding without a helmet? What happens if you fall? You can get hurt. Now promise me you'll always wear a helmet.
I promise.
Good. Now climb up that ladder and get Daddy that dish.
DirecTV Movers Connection. Leave your old dish and we'll install a new one with just a phone call. DirecTV. Happy watching.
There is no off-season with Sports Pack. Add it to any programming package for $12 a month or less, and you'll get more sports from more places on more channels, including 20 regional sports networks, the Golf Channel, NBA TV, Fox Sports World, and much, much more. Get inside the action with up-to-the-minute regional coverage from around the country and the world. When you order Sports Pack, there is no off-season.
The remote control brought a new level of convenience into every household. With this powerful tool, it is just a matter of a few easy steps to order any pay-per-view event or movie. First, make sure your receiver is continuously connected to a land-based phone line. Then go to the 100s, pick the program of your choice, select the buy button, and confirm your purchase. The whole thing takes just a few moments, and you're all set. Say hi to the future.
The Saints have cut their lead 20-12 now, down to 8 points, and the Buccaneers came in with a 9-2 record, the best in the league. Atlanta hot on their heels. New Orleans must win this game to give themselves a shot at the division. Atlanta and New Orleans, incidentally, the only two teams in the NFC outside of the division leaders who are over 500. Lewis, the deep man from the 8. Has to duck under a tackle and goes down at the 15. Jermaine Phillips flying down on special teams. Timeout on the field, 5 minutes left, third quarter. It's an 8-point game.
Suzuki, proud presenting sponsor of the Heisman Trophy. If the only obstacles you ever encounter are speed bumps, if you've never used mud as toothpaste, get out of the way. Everybody's talking up the Quadrunner Vincent 500 from Suzuki. And now that a brand new Vincent with a manual transmission has arrived, who knows when they'll stop. The Suzuki Vincent. Get out of the way.
The message is clear. Don't pay twice as much for the same internet. Juno gives you all the internet for half the price. Call 877 only $9.95 or get it at juno.com. Additional phone charges may apply.
Hello, Moto.
The device, formerly known as a cell photo.
Command your Moto. Now research becomes intelligence.
Tip photo. Pop photo.
Is if the computed F is greater than the value of F or 1, and k degrees of freedom exceeded with probability. Hello, Moto.
It's ABC Tuesday's Love at First Sight night.
Cool.
See how it all began.
No.
The very first episodes of 8 Simple Rules and According to Jim.
God, you're beautiful.
God, you're a lucky man.
ABC Tuesday starting 8/7 Central.
It's been strength against strength tonight. The Saints, the league's second leading point producer against the best defense against scoring in the NFL. And right now, the Saints offense has exploded for 14 points in the third quarter to take over. They start this time from the 10. Brooks airing one out. And no flag. Rondé Barber had great position, and he was just run over.
He gets tripped.
Yeah, they will never call this on a wide receiver, because what's happening is both guys are looking at the ball. Look at Joe Horn. He's looking back at the ball. He doesn't know now where Rondé Barber is. He trips and falls over him. That's not pass interference.
Just looking at the ball doesn't give you an excuse to run somebody over.
No, but he trips, and when he trips, he goes down.
I like the call.
Incidental contact.
I like the call.
I do too.
I like Mike McCarthy's
non-call,
the offensive coordinator. I like the non-call by the official, and I like the call by the offensive coordinator.
Now, Aaron Brooks having a discussion with the officials. And a timeout called by New Orleans, and Brooks will go to the sideline. It was unusual.
Yeah. Didn't look like there was a communication problem with the time or anything. Aaron Brooks is one of those jovial, jolly young quarterbacks in this league who really has relied on Joe Horn's ability to be able to be the mature, solid force. He's the only receiver he had back last year. He seemed so frustrated when we talked to him on Friday. Just didn't feel like he was a big enough part of the offense. He wants to be, because he's a big-time player, an all-pro, and he's proven it tonight. 4 receptions, 96 yards, and a TD.
Well, he's a guy who waited a long time for a shot. Played 2 years in the CFL. He was a 4-year reserve at Kansas City, where he rarely got onto the field. He comes here, and he's gone to the last 2 Pro Bowls.
And should go again.
Second and 10. Brooks, Sapp chasing him, throws on the run, incomplete. Just got rid of that one.
Simeon and Warren chasing him down.
And Warren gives the slap to Brooks.
Well, look at Warren Sapp. You talk about a guy whose machine never stops. He says every good defense has to have a motor. Well, look at this motor. This motor never wears down.
He goes right by Charles Bentley, the rookie, who did a pretty good job on him before. See, now he's added the division with Brett Favre. So Aaron Brooks now becomes his new best buddy to taunt during games.
3rd and 10 for the Saints. 4-man rush, unloads to Reed. Jackson missed him, and Reed up to the 45-yard line, a gain of 29.
You know, is it nice or is it not nice to have an experienced receiver?
It's great to have a couple of experienced receivers. Watch Aaron Brooks' head. He's going to look right. He looks right, now comes back, and with a lot of confidence fires the ball right over John Lynch's shoulder. Watch his head. He's looking right, looking right. He knows where Jake's going to be. Fires it right in behind John Lynch. Nice and decisive with the football.
And a good adjustment by Reed on a ball that was behind him. McAllister straight ahead, breaks the tackle, room to run, and McAllister picks up almost 10.
Deuce is just playing on pure guts right now.
Isn't he?
I mean, to me, this is a statement game for this young man. They know that they counted on him. The last couple of weeks, he wasn't a part of the offense. It's this kind of toughness that they need. He runs right up the middle on Shelton Quarles, breaks the tackle. Simeon Rice is there, can't get him down.
The one advantage New Orleans has up front is the size and strength of that offensive line. Tampa Bay, for all their tremendous pursuit and speed, is a smallish defense, especially without Anthony McFarland, who's been out injured. He'll be back next week.
Paul brought up a great point before. The biggest thing that the offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has done is it has allowed that defense to get off the field. Jim Haslett's ball club tonight offensively is not letting that happen. They're going to wear down this Tampa defense if they can continue to pound it up the middle.
They've already gained more in the 3rd quarter than they did the entire first half. And a good mix of run and pass. Brooks with all day to throw. Then 2 high to McAllister, who was all alone in the flat.
Jim Haslett said that he wanted to pound the ball up the middle, running the football. He felt like that was the advantage that his football team would have. You look at that, 11 for 56 up the middle. 11 carries to the right, to the left. That's where the production has come.
McAllister cracked the 1,000-yard barrier for the first time in his career early in this game.
One of the other reasons why they're running up the middle is because Deuce can't cut.
That's true. That
it's a
bad
lot
ankle.
easier to go straight ahead.
Certainly not healed as yet. McAllister on the delay, only a couple to the Buccaneers 43.
Now, this is not a point in the game where the New Orleans Saints, where people might think, okay, run some time off the clock. Let's see it. No, keep on pounding. Keep on going after them. Make them chase you around. Wear them out. Big third down here by the Saints. It'll really, really put some stress on that Tampa defense.
Amazingly, they have converted 7 out of 12 third downs tonight against the best defense in the league. Bucs show blitz. Here they come. Saints pick it up beautifully, but the pass is incomplete. Intended for Horn. He was covered man for man by Rondé Barber.
That was a duck.
Oh, yeah, but Aaron Brooks knows he's got Jerome Pathan crossing if he could have waited just a little bit longer. And you talked about him throwing some ducks. He's got a problem with his shoulder. He cannot get that right arm up to snap or unsnap the chin strap on that helmet. This kid's playing hurt right now, which means if he did have to come out, Jake Delhomme would be the guy to go in.
Carl Williams is back to receive the punt from Toby Goen. Fair catch made at the 14-yard line. Let's check in with Susie Goldberg.
Well, Mike, when the Saints lost 3 of 4, everyone started talking, is the same thing going to happen this year as happened last year? Well, Grady Jackson, defensive tackle, who came over from the Raiders, says no way. He knows. He was with the Raiders. They had a skid in 98, 2001. But he said, you know what? It's like building a house. Sometime it's going to rain. It's going to impede your progress. You just have to relax, wait for the rain to stop, and you can get back to it. They are back to working again. They say they're going to finish this project, get the house built. First step tonight.
Well, Susie, unless you live in Cincinnati, then when it rains, your roof leaks.
You know, the Bucs have only rushed for 32 yards. Their lowest this season was 63.
Johnson back to throw. Rifles one a little wide of Keyshawn, and he couldn't make the catch.
Keyshawn looks right back at him and says, why are you leading me in there?
Let's talk for just a second about this offense. We know that they don't have an awful lot of speed, but they've only tried one time, and that was in the first quarter to Keenan McCardle to down the field. Everything else has been a 5-yard to an 8-yard pattern.
I think part of it is by design, Paul. The other part is Brad Johnson, if you think of these two games, just hasn't had the time to stand there to allow a receiver to get any depth in his route.
3 wide receivers on 2nd and 10. The Saints defense has done a great job in the second half. Allstott hit and pushed back. You don't see that very often. Cedric Hodge and Darren Howard combined to take the jackhammer and push him back.
I'll tell you when you do see it is when you see these two guys going full speed up the field. What's the hit here? Bang! And that's knocked backwards. Now, when you're knocked backwards, that's Hodge. Now you got other people have a chance to make the play. Howard, number 93, is the other guy that makes the play. Yeah, it doesn't happen often. In fact, he actually did gain almost 1.5 yards.
It's like running into a cement truck.
Brad Johnson is waiting for the Saints to set up so he can call an audible. They're just standing around.
Blitz coming. Johnson unloads. The catch is made, but it'll be short of the first down. Jared Vicious tackled by Ken Irvin.
That was unbelievable. Brad Johnson stood at the line of scrimmage waiting for the Saints to go somewhere so he could call a play, and all they did was talk to one another until he got down to 4 seconds on the clock. There's Rick Venturi, the defensive coordinator, telling his guys, great job.
Lewis now, who's had another big night, waits back inside his 35. Tupa to punt. Time winding down in the third quarter. Another line drive returnable kick, and it takes a big bounce for the Bucs. Inside the 10, they will down it at the 7. A mistake there by Lewis, who let it go, and it results in a 70-yard punt for Tom Tupa. Tuesday night on ESPN, an ACC Big Ten Challenge, the college basketball doubleheader featuring Duke and Ohio State. Then at 9 Eastern, a national championship rematch. Maryland against Indiana. Duke with those 4 McDonald All-American freshmen. J.J. Redick had 20 points as Duke beat UCLA yesterday.
What do you figure, a year? A year till they win it again?
I never wait on Mike Krzyzewski. I think he thinks this year, every year.
Well, you don't have to wait on taking a look at what the quarterbacks have done either. Brad Johnson, Aaron Brooks. Johnson up to 30 throws. Remember, he threw 50-plus in the first game. And Aaron Brooks being very, very good with his throws. He's thrown the ball away a couple of times, made some good decisions with it. Only 9 for 23, but he does have the 2 touchdowns.
Really came back from that early test when he was being pressured every pass. McAllister on the toss. Cuts it back across the 10. Lynch hits him, but he lunges forward to the 17-yard line. Heck of a run by McAllister. And that will be a first down for the Saints on the last play of the third quarter. It's 20-12, New Orleans.
Watch Monday Night Countdown, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Delivered by UPS.
Introducing Dockers flat front mobile pant.
Nice pass.
What do you care? You've got the goodness of Reese's peanut butter and milk chocolate. Get lost in a Reese's.
My kids ignore me, my dog ignores me, and now my remote ignores me.
Talk to LiftMaster and get the world's #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Contact LiftMaster now.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
Do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't. I never.
Yes, I did. There was no way that I was moving to
I never got a.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay. If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. The Avis Care Package.
Thanks.
Give us a call.
The #1 movie of the year is now the ultimate adventure that comes to life on a 2-disc special edition DVD.
Who are you?
I'm Spider-Man.
With Spider-rific extras. Spider-Man, also available in a limited edition gift set. Buy it now on DVD and video.
In the first half, it was a Tampa Bay kind of game, 9-6 at the half, but that Saints offense couldn't be held down forever, just like the first game. They had an explosion, got 14 points in the third quarter, and now they have a lead. The question is, can Tampa Bay's offense, as limited as it can be, can they come back in the fourth quarter?
I think it'll be tough for him, but the thing that I'm most impressed with is Mike McCarthy, the offensive coordinator of the Saints, has decided to stay aggressive. That's why they were the #2 scoring team in football. He didn't assume that Tampa was the #1 defense. They just went after him.
You know, the other thing is that someone should have told Deuce McAllister that he's hurt because he doesn't realize it. I mean, when you look at the runs he makes, and he'll limp back into the huddle, but he's out there. He knows how important this ball game is to this football team, and he's going to stay out there.
Showing an awful lot of courage tonight. 18 carries, 79 yards against the best defense in the game.
Aaron Brooks does have a slight bruised bicep on his right arm. You'll notice he carries it when he's not using it to fling the ball down the field.
Well, as much money as he's making, they got to have somebody carry it for him.
Well, he keeps it bent and he can't lift it up, so we'll see how it goes.
Rice has been quiet lately after a first half burst that saw him get 3 sacks and a forced fumble that resulted in a safety. McAllister again just hammering his way up the middle, stopped by Quarles and Lynch.
This is not what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers want to see. They're not real big up front. Chardick Darby's 270, Warren Sapp goes at 300, but then you get to the outside with Rice and Spires, They're both right around 265. And the linebackers are only 230. New Orleans just letting the guys up front clear the way for Deuce.
2nd and 5. McAllister moves the pile about a yard shy of the first down. And Joe, you mentioned that offensive line. Jerry Fontenot, the center, is the only one back in the same spot. Kyle Turley is the only other starter back, and they moved him from the right side to the left side.
And when you look at it, Kendall Jaycock, the left guard, LaCharles Bentley, rookie out of OSU, Spencer Falau, the right tackle, and David Sloan, they're all brand new to the offense.
3rd and 1. McAllister dives forward. It depends on the mark just outside of the 27. More on Deuce McAllister from Susie.
Mike, every Friday of practice, Deuce makes a prediction on how he's going to perform that Sunday, and he shares it with one person, Coach Haslett. He say it's the way it motivates himself. He likes to have the same kind of numbers, the season total, something to fight for throughout the season, like their rushing record or being the top 5 in rushing league-wide. He said he's got that me-against-the-world attitude. He wants to show everyone it was a bad decision not to draft him. You can certainly see why.
Well, you know, Susie, he had that minor history injury history at Ole Miss, and that's why some of the teams backed off on him, but the Saints didn't. And they were criticized heavily when they drafted him after already having Ricky Williams. Here's the measurement for the first down, and they've got it. So as it turned out, they had 2 outstanding running backs, decided to give Ricky Williams up to the Miami Dolphins in a trade.
But let's give this guy a lot of credit because, first of all, Tampa knew he was hurt. New Orleans definitely, you know, when we talked to Haslett goes, oh, yeah, he's going to play. But you see the reluctancy in his voice when he's talking about it. And here's a young man that's come out here, and I'm going to tell you, he's taking a pounding, but he's getting results.
McAllister this time on the toss. Chased down by Chartrick Darby. And we mentioned the trade. The Saints now have at least a number 2 draft choice this coming year because Ricky Williams went over the 1,250-yard mark in rushing. He's got a great shot at 1,500, which would give them a number 1. Jim Haslett says, I'm rooting for him.
Now, Ricky, to me, has matured so much, and he's been such a big part and will be a big part of what the Dolphins are going to do down the stretch as well.
2nd and 11 after the loss of a yard on first down. McAllister again. Boy, running hard.
Well, you just saw 2 tough guys run into one another. Dexter Jackson, number 34, and Deuce McAllister.
Watch Deuce McAllister when he hits the 30-yard line. He's going to hit the 30-yard line, and they're going to knock him back. Not here, right about now. And bang, he's back to the 30. Watch where they spot the ball. The ball is spotted at the 32. You talk about continuous effort.
He's left it all out there. Another big 3rd down. The Saints just trying to work on the clock. Fenderson is in for McAllister.
Joe Horn's the guy that's been the guy he wants.
Pressure up the middle. The pass underneath. Incomplete. And incomplete because of Derrick Brooks.
That one squeezed right through James Fenderson's hands like it was a banana.
Well, you're in the 4th quarter. This guy has not touched the ball all night long. It's one short bullet.
And he got his clock clean, too.
Yeah.
Carl Williams, who has taken 5 to the house on punt returns in his career. Nice kick. Williams driven back to the 22. There's that speed Jim Haslett talked about on his special team. They do a great job of covering Mel Mitchell, the first man down, but he had plenty of help, and they swarmed over Williams. 4th quarter from New Orleans, 11:31 to go. It's an 8-point game.
Danny sets me up on this blind date with this girl, Angela, and I'm thinking, oh, she's a little shy. She gets up and starts shaking it right in front of the table. So she says, take me to Vegas. We're having the time of our lives. It's kind of getting hot.
Kind of getting dirty.
She's got this sexy tattoo with a knife piercing a heart.
Wait a minute. Angela?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's my sister.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
That's not funny.
And now December's here, and so I face a shopping frenzy. My friends deserve great gifts, so much better than the ones they send me. For value, selection, and cheese, hard to find gifts like this tea tray. All in all, it beats them all when you do it eBay.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Miller Lite. Life is best told at a place called Miller Time. eBay, the world's online marketplace, and Mazda. Log on to Enhanced TV at ESPN.com for a chance to win a Mazda 6 sports sedan and other great prizes. The heart of the French Quarter and Bourbon Street. If you can't find it there, it's not worth looking for. Just a beautiful city to come to. The Bucs need a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie. Johnson under pressure, hit as he throws it, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jay Bellamy, the free safety, his third interception of the season. Brad Johnson couldn't get it out before he was hit.
You know what you're seeing is you're looking at defenses on both sides that just won't quit. Watch how much time. Now, they don't quit. They just keep coming, and they keep coming, and finally they get a piece of Brad Johnson, and then they get the interception.
That ball just squirts out. Keyshawn Johnson trying to come up and knock the ball away from Bellamy. But again, big pressure. And I think what you're seeing is you're seeing a fresh defense with the New Orleans Saints bringing pressure versus one that's tired. And after that last series, every one of those Tampa Bay defenders went onto the bench and sat down trying to get some air. Now they're right back on the field again.
Brad Johnson's first interception and his first since October. McAllister. Warren Sapp with the tackle.
Well, you know, we were talking about that great #1 defense of Tampa Bay, but you take a look at this New Orleans defense and putting some pressure. I mean, really, when you look at no name, there aren't a lot of real big names on this team, but watch these guys. None of them. They don't slow down. And these are big people you're talking about. We're not talking about little guys. You know, Norman Hand, huge, number 99. Look at these guys, and they're happy. They're smiling.
It isn't the sacks on Brad Johnson. It's just the hits that accumulate.
Already in field goal range. McAllister on a little toss, cuts it back. Nice move. And then swarmed under as he caught shy of the 30. Shelton Quarles and Simeon Rice were there. Warren Sapp couldn't get him in the backfield.
Now,
had a shot.
He can make that cut going left because his right ankle is the problem. Watch this. He's got a chance to cut. Bang, off his left ankle. Now he tries to turn it up north and south and winds up with a modest gain. Going right, would not be able to do that.
From here, it would be a 47-yard field goal try. What do you call on 3rd and 7?
I think Aaron Brooks is smart. And if he doesn't like what he sees, take off and run.
Blitz coming. Brooks throws on the run and throws it way over Joe Horn's head.
And that's his arm. See how he's holding his arm? That right arm is literally just hanging.
So your quarterback is hurt and your running back is hurt, and you still lead by 8 against the best defense in the league.
Well, you've got to hope to get more out of your running game. And I think you have to shorten the passes. But look at the way he's coming off the field. That arm is just dangling.
But they did have him in the right situation. They did roll him out to give him some room to throw the ball and to not take a sack.
And Joe Horn was open.
Carney will try from 48. He missed wide left from 48 earlier. This one is true. 23-12, the Saints extend their lead to 2 scores with 9:47 left in the ball game. And the Bucs defense couldn't keep them off the scoreboard.
Tonight on SportsCenter, a fearless leader
Come get some. I'm an easy find.
who's also human.
I'm a dirty player. Wow.
Warren Sapp reveals all. SportsCenter after the game on ESPN.
Hello?
Hank, it's your dad. I'm at the electronics store, and I think I made a big mistake.
You're kidding.
I was already here. PCs were right there. It looks so easy. But if I don't get some help,
Dad,
I should have just listened to you. They don't even have what I'm looking for.
Dad, I told you. For your perfect PC, just call Dell, and they'll help you get the PC you need at a great price. It's easy.
I don't need a candy cane.
Hold on, I'll get you some help. That's my father. You're pretty much his only hope.
Thank you for calling Dell, Mr. Sapien.
I'm on the phone. Ow! Stop it.
Call or go online now and get a Dimension desktop with a flat panel display for just $6.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. Featuring an Intel Pentium 4 processor for today's digital entertainment, recording music, sharing photos, gaming, and beyond. Right now, you'll get free shipping. Get great deals on notebooks, too.
Could you get me a Dell?
For holiday shopping done smart, it's easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
You want to watch a big show on DirecTV, but your day is so busy you think it's not gonna be. You gotta drop the kids and the dog needs a walk, and when the really good part comes, that's when your mama calls to talk. But just look for the all-day ticket and pay once, and when you're ready, you can pick it all day till 6 a.m. Eastern. So when you're watching a show and you really gotta go, just get all-day ticket, and when you're ready, you can pick it. Yeah! You know what I'm saying? All-day ticket.
Jon Gruden and the Buccaneers battling history. They have never won a road game when they were down by 10 points in the second half. Right now, they're down by 11. Carl Williams and Corey Ivy are deep. Williams cut down at the 16-yard line. Keough Craver, a backup defensive back with a tremendous tackle on special teams. The Saints have taken control in the second half and lead the Buccaneers 23-12 at home in a game they have to win.
The fifth freedom. The right to spy, appropriate, destroy, and eliminate to ensure that American freedoms are protected. If captured, my leaders will disavow any knowledge of my existence. I am Sam Fisher. I am a splinter cell.
For infiltration, there's no power greater than X.
Sorry.
That's okay. Stop! Tim here is on his first date, and his family has some advice. With T-Mobile, families can talk all they want. Oh.
Hello?
Let her win.
Hello?
Tell her she smells nice.
Hello?
Does she come from money?
Hello?
Does she have a sister?
Wrong number. Families talk free. Additional lines just $10. Only from T-Mobile.
Get more.
Ice. One day you find you're up to your waist in it. If being in it buys one more day on top of it, fill up the tub. Fill up the tub.
The Saints, with a sparkling second half, have taken a 23-12 lead over Tampa Bay. Brad Johnson goes down, and that will be the easiest sack the Saints will get all night. In fact, he was tripped up by one of his offensive linemen, Cozy Coleman.
Jon Gruden was brought in because he was the offensive guru, or Gru. But Gru hasn't gotten it done. Because when you take a look at under Dungy, they were 15th in points, tied for 26th. Rushing was 30th, 15th. You see under Gruden, this offense has not been able to jump out. And I think in this game, it's a lot to do with players and some to do with systems.
You can't change the personnel overnight. Pittman out of the backfield. And Pittman out to the 27-yard line. He's always been a very good receiver. Fred Thomas in on the tackle.
Jon Gruden, I believe, will get this offense at a highly productive level. But as Brad Johnson told us, it takes 3 years for everybody to understand what's going on. And in that 3-year period, he will get some players, and he will be able to be a more productive offense. I believe they made the right choice, and they're going in the right direction.
Well, it's obvious they need some speed on the outside. They need some help on the offensive line as well. Johnson to Pittman, and Pittman nailed this time by Darren Smith. Smith, the leading tackler on the Saints defense, always been a great cover guy.
You know, when you take a look at it, here's a little dump pass to Pittman. Watch Smith. Bang. Helmet to helmet. Got these guys lined up. The one thing about looking at this New Orleans Saints defensive team and their special teams, what these guys do is when the ball is in the air or it's on the ground, they break down. They're ready to make a play. They don't overcommit themselves.
Johnson to Pittman in the flat, gets out of bounds. Let's check in with Susan.
Well, Mike, those injury woes for the Saints continue. Aaron Brooks, a bruised bicep. They say too sore to throw the ball. They packed him in ice. He's done for the night. Jake Delhomme comes in. We know Deuce McAllister already hurting. Dale Carter, quarterback, left shoulder strain. He's in street clothes, obviously. He's done for the night. This defense has been hit by injuries all season. We'll see if they can overcome it, though, tonight.
All right, Susie, thank you. It is deafening in here on 3rd and 6. Johnson to Keyshawn at the sideline, 45-yard line, first down. That was a nice throw by Brad Johnson. He saw Keyshawn wasn't going to get behind anybody and threw it short.
Craver is the one that they pick on, number 43. This is just terrific timing between a quarterback and a wide receiver. It's a stop route. He just throws to his back shoulder. Watch this. Keyshawn knows where it's going. Craver can't find him. Does a terrific job of getting his feet down.
The first catch by the 3-time Pro Bowler in this half. Pressure coming from behind. Johnson throws as he goes down. Darren Howard off the corner again.
They own Roman Oben over there.
Oh, they do. And the one thing that happens on it, when you're coming around the corner, Darren Howard, watch how he'll dip coming around. Down, 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 and he goes right down to the legs of Brad Johnson.
That's the one difference for Jon Gruden without Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon had the mobility to be able to run and pick up plays with his legs. Brad Johnson will hang in the pocket, but he's not going to do a lot for you when it comes to tucking it down and running.
Well, especially when they come from the blind side.
At 100 miles an hour. Look out.
Straight up the middle this time. They set up the screen, and Pittman drops it. Pittman's dropped one. Jameel Cook, the backup fullback, has dropped a couple.
Michael, it wouldn't have worked anyway. They were there waiting. There were as many black shirts there as there were white shirts. So that screen wouldn't have worked anyway.
Rick Venturi, the defensive coordinator of the Saints, said that we have to be aggressive and we have to tackle well tonight. And that's exactly what they've done. The defense of the Bucs has struggled with it.
Jim Haslett, the former All-Pro linebacker, watching his defense do the job right now. And the Bucs are going to have to use one of those valuable timeouts. with 6:40 to go on the clock.
Tonight on SportsCenter, a fearless leader
I'm get some. I'm an easy find.
who's also human.
I'm a dirty player.
Warren Sapp reveals all. SportsCenter after the game on ESPN.
Growing up in a small town, hockey's a religion. I always pretended to be Wayne Gretzky. So did every other kid on the street. So we were all battling against each other as Wayne Gretzky. My mom used to have a foghorn that she would just stick out the door and blow when she wanted me to come home, or we would have stayed there all night.
NHL Center Ice from DirecTV. Catch up to 40 games a week for just $159.
Playing in the NHL was always a dream. I feel very honored to be a part of it now.
Notice how TV seems to be made for the masses? Showtime Unlimited, on the other hand, seems to be made for Ben. You see, Ben loves his movies. He's into big-time features and undiscovered films, stirring originals, and comedy classics. And Ben gets it all. 4 premium networks on 9 digital channels. Showtime Unlimited. A whole lot to choose from, for Ben and for you. Call 1-800-DIRECTV and add it on for $12 or less per month. About the cost of a movie ticket and popcorn.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, but you know that. You've seen the movie 87 times. Tune to the 100s. Check out Blockbuster pay-per-view movies. You might enjoy a film that you don't already know the words to. Seriously. And don't call me Shirley.
Flip through the 100s and choose from over 60 of the latest releases each month on Blockbuster pay-per-view movies. Only on DirecTV.
SportsCenter coming up with Stuart Scott and Linda Cohn. NFL upset special. Sapp unplugged. And Kobe against Kevin Garnett. All of that and more on SportsCenter. Third and long. Underneath to McCardell, a flag is down. He did not get the first down, reached the 49-yard line.
They're going to get holding on Coleman, I would think. They were holding Charles Grant.
I'll tell you why I'd take this penalty. Because it's 3rd and 4. You got 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. For all intent and purposes, the Bucs, well, if they take the penalty, you make it 3rd and long. If you don't, you make it 4th and 4. And they're in 4-down territory, so I would accept the penalty if I was the Saints.
And this is not a 20-yard per play offense.
Exactly, and when your defense is playing this well, I agree with Joseph. Very rarely do I do that.
No, you do.
Yeah,
you just say that.
I did that. I did it once in
Offense number 67 is declined. 4th down.
Don't agree with that call. I do not agree with that call at this point.
Well, there's two thoughts of it. First of all, his defense is playing so well. Jim Hass's defense playing so well, and they haven't been able to do much. But they have been able to complete some short passes.
See, I just think that if you go back and put them at 3rd down and 20, and you also move them back, you're in a better position than giving them 4th and 4 at midfield.
4th and 4 certainly gives them a shot at keeping the drive alive. They need 2 scores.
It's what their offense is better suited for.
Johnson underneath. That's the first down to Jaravicius as he reaches the 38-yard line. And so the gamble backfires.
Well, I think what has to happen now is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have to go to a hurry-up style of offense, or at least get the pace going pretty quick. I just thought that with the type of offense the Bucs have, yardage is an enemy to them. Great yardage is an enemy, and that's why I think Jim Haslett would have been better off taking the penalty.
Draw play to Pittman. That one goes absolutely nowhere. And on the bottom of the pile is Cedric Hodge, the weak side linebacker who's had some big plays tonight.
They haven't had a draw play work tonight now. I mean, you know, we talked about this before in the first half. With a minute and 30-some seconds, you run a draw. I mean, I know you got 5 minutes, but you got the clock moving. He makes the clock move. You got all these other things that are wrong with it.
And incomplete saves you a little time. And plus you're trying to move out Grady Jackson and Norman Hand.
Johnson hit again as he throws, and the ball is tipped on top of it.
All right, we had some turnovers tonight that really hurt the Bucs. Here's Johnson's fumble. Tecker on a kick return. Look at his ball comes out. And here comes an interception.
Jay Bellamy picks this one off. But it's been the pressure by that defensive line that has created a lot of the opportunities and has stymied this Bucs offense.
3rd and 9, and the Saints pass rush has been ferocious. They come on the blitz this time. Johnson unloads it. Jarovicius dropped it. Wide open. And I tell you what, if you're a quarterback, you start to get really upset when you stand in there and just get your face handed to you about every other time you drop back and guys won't catch the ball.
Especially at a crucial point in the game. But this doesn't really hurt them because it's only 3rd and 9. Brad Johnson finally doesn't get hit, and Jarovicius just takes his eyes off.
Yeah, but look where he has to throw the ball over. Watch 91, Grady Jackson. Take this all the way back to the quarterback. Look at here. He's right back in his face.
They converted the last 4th down. This is 4th and 9. Johnson throws, and Keyshawn has it at the 20.
That's why that drop wasn't as critical as the decision by Jim Haslett not to set them back. As long as I think the Bucs are within 10 yards, it's a manageable offense to pick up first downs. Keyshawn Johnson working from the outside, just swings in the middle, and Ken Irvin has to make the play. There's Derrick Brooks and Warren Sapp, the perennial All-Pros, cheering their offense on.
4-man rush. Johnson for the end zone. Keyshawn can't get there, but a flag down. That would be 1st and goal at the 1 if it's against Ken Irvin.
Defense, number 27. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Right?
Well, that isn't much.
I think it's incidental contact. He's holding onto his shirt. That's a good call by the official.
Incidental shirt holding.
Yeah, well, he grabbed onto his shirt. I mean, he was in good position. And remember, Ken Irvin is playing now because Dale Carter got hurt.
Enter Mike Allstott, 1st and goal from the 1.
No.
Allstott submarined and he didn't make it. That's worth 35 seconds.
You know what? If I got Allstott, I know their offense is geared with Cook being in front of him. But as big as Allstott is, see, if Cook gets blocked in the hole, Allstott really has no place to go. Get those people out of his way. Just let the defensive lineman block and let Allstott blow it up.
And if you can lip read, you saw Jon Gruden urging his team to hurry up just a little. Brad Johnson looking for Dilger, and Dilger goes down. He just tried to turn and face the quarterback and fell down.
Brad Johnson hesitated. Dilger was open early, but I can only tell you from a quarterback's perspective, sometimes they get caught behind the lineman and you can't see him. Dilger's going to come across the route and wind up wide open early. Now they bring in Big Thunder, number 99, as the fullback.
This will be the 16th play of this drive.
Warren Sapp is up on the left end position.
3rd and goal. Allstott. He won't get there.
Can you believe this?
What a stand by New Orleans defense.
You kick a field goal here now, because you need 2 scores anyway.
You know what? I think you made these people mad, Joseph, because you told them that the #1 defense was coming to town.
You did too. Don't put it on me.
And watch this defense. Who's number one tonight?
You know, it boils down to winning the offensive line. You win the line of scrimmage down around the goal line, you're going to get in the end zone.
They're bringing all the receivers in now.
You're not.
No field goal try.
Don't like this decision either.
Brad Johnson to the end zone, out in the flat, touchdown. McCardell.
They will not call offensive pass interference if it kills them.
He got away with one, though, didn't he?
Of course he did. Every receiver does it. If I was a receiver in the National Football League, I would practice pushing off defensive backs.
And now they're going to go for 2, and if they get it, a field goal would tie it.
They have to go for 2. Boy, this is first of all, this is a tremendous throw.
Yep.
And I don't know how you're that wide open.
A little bit of a stop fade. The same thing we saw Keyshawn Johnson catch on the sidelines.
McCardell, 11 catches, 107 yards, and a touchdown. The 2-point conversion would make it a field goal lead. Otherwise, the Bucs would need a touchdown. Brad Johnson to Keyshawn, and they got the 2. Now it will be up to Tampa Bay's defense to stop the New Orleans offense with an injured Deuce McAllister and Aaron Brooks presumably out at quarterback.
You know why this works? Watch Bellamy in the end zone. Watch number 20. He's got his back to the ball. He can't see the ball coming. So they throw it to Keyshawn.
That's a great point, Paul. Number 20 is sitting there looking at Keyshawn. He starts to come across and then stops. Good recognition by Brad Johnson as well.
Boy, it sure was. If you look down there and see that guy, you can't throw it to his back. You've got to throw it in the opening, and he did.
I want to take you back early in this game. This is a 2-point conversion attempt by the New Orleans Saints after they scored a touchdown to make the score 6-2. I didn't understand why they tried it at that point. I still don't understand why they tried it. Now they would have a 4-point lead, conceivably, if the game had gone the way it has. Instead, now Tampa Bay is within a field goal.
Well, all teams have that chart that recommends that if you're up by X, you go for 2.
Take that chart.
If you're up by Y, you go for 1.
Hey,
you don't like that chart.
Take the chart, pal.
I can tell you where, to me, I think you have to play this game on feel a little bit. And if you score in the first quarter, I don't understand what going for 2 points does for you, even if the other team has 2 points.
Now, Tampa Bay has 2 timeouts left and the 2-minute warning. 1 timeout left in the 2-minute warning. So do you go for the onside kick here? New Orleans thinks
I don't think so.
do.
I think you kick this thing away.
You got to remember, they're putting Jake Delhomme in. They're putting their backup quarterback in. Now, if he plays like other backup quarterbacks have, the Bucs are in trouble because a lot of guys have done well. But you take your chances, I believe.
Well, the Bucs lost one of their timeouts on a challenge. So there is only 1 left.
There's a flag down. Delay a game against Tampa on the kickoff.
35-yard line, 25-yard line.
That may have come from trying to figure out what you were going to do, kick it away or go for the onside kick, but it cost them 5 yards.
Well, Tampa stood on the 20-yard line bunched for a long period of time. And
the 25-second clock is going to run.
Well, once the referee winds it down here at the end zone on the right-hand side, away from the kicking team, once he winds it, you've got that amount of time, 25 seconds, to kick the ball off. Well, they were just standing around. They had to delay a game, and they called. That's the first time I've ever seen this.
Me too.
Well, we get first on Sunday nights all the time, don't we?
We do. We're first at everything. But this is the first time I've ever seen something happen when the ball hasn't been moving.
It's just, and neither of the players.
Everybody's standing still, and there's a penalty.
And now the Saints will drop back more people and only keep 4 up front.
Well, yeah, he's going to kick it. Kind of hard to onside kick the ball when it's straight up and down like that.
If you're any of the front guys on this kickoff receiving team, you don't move until you see that ball in the air.
Now they add 2 more, and they have 6 on the front line. Gramatica kicks it away. Lewis from the 6. Nice kickoff. Lewis with that great speed. Caught it to 15 and swarmed under there. Jermaine Phillips with a tremendous play on special teams. Now 2:42 to go in the game. Monday Night Countdown at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. The best place to get ready for Monday Night Football. Then on ABC at 9, the Monday night game with Curtis Martin and the Jets against Jerry Rice and the Raiders.
Yeah, but you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss Monday Night Countdown because the Boomer will be in charge. And the Raiders have an opportunity to open up some space between them and everybody else in that division.
Boy, wouldn't they ever.
With San Diego beating Denver today. Denver's got to hate the kicking game. Field goals have killed them in 3 of the 5 losses.
Jake Delhomme is in at quarterback for the injured Aaron Brooks out of Louisiana Lafayette in his 4th year. Jim Haslett told us last year he could start for a lot of teams, but his job right now is to hand it off to Deuce McAllister. Deuce hit by Lynch and then gang tackled, still got 4. Tampa Bay uses its last timeout. They have the 2-minute warning available, and if they hold them on downs, they could get the ball back with a minute to go.
I'm going out. All right.
Okay. Wow. I mean, she keeps tabs on me 24/7. When I'm my brother's age and old enough to do stuff like smoke pot, will she even be paying attention? Hey, just because you can walk doesn't mean you don't want your mom and dad to ask you where you're going.
Whose parents are going to be there?
Jesse's.
Did you leave the number?
Yes.
Fine, she cares. Hey, can a baby get some attention around here?
Talk? No. Ask. Parents, the anti-drug.
23-20, the Saints over the Buccaneers. 2:35 to go in the ball game. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Culber, our entire ESPN crew with you from the Superdome. Jon Gruden obviously upset on the sideline.
All of Jake Delhomme's college players that he played with are saying, don't listen to the coach, throw it deep.
You know what? I think Mike McCarthy has to throw the football here, the offensive coordinator. I think Jim Haslett.
Not on this play.
Yeah, I think you throw it here.
Oh, you save him 35 seconds if you do.
You want to go down to 2 minutes? You don't want to go down there?
I don't want to.
Let me move over here by Mike.
I just don't want to concede the fact that we're just going to run it 3 times and allow you to stop me.
I'll be shocked if they don't. McAllister, hit in the backfield. Al Sherman Singleton makes the tackle.
I think that was the down that you could have thrown something safe, keep the clock going, get a completion, and because they're packed in anyway.
They'll let it run down to 2 minutes. Then they'll have 3rd down and the ability to punt. So maybe 105, 110. If they don't get a first down, the Buccaneers would get the ball back.
I'm not talking to him anymore for right now. I just want to ask you a question. How long has it been since Jake is throwing the ball in a regular game?
Jake is 0 for 1 this year.
Okay, thank you very much.
We'll be back in a moment.
I have an apology to make for knitting you a present rather than buying something you'd enjoy. I thought each present was a little piece of me, a person who, I'm now told, isn't very good at knitting. I'm sorry. This year, I'm shopping at Staples. You should, too. They have the exciting technology gifts everyone wants. And this month, you can get free delivery from Staples.com. But you can't get a macrame mouse pad.
Holiday shopping? Done at Staples.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now, they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
A couple of months now.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect all aspects of your business. That's software for the agile business. From Microsoft.
Please support military families this holiday season by logging on to NFL.com VFW and donating to Operation Uplink. This year, give to someone who gives you the gift of freedom every day.
Stuart Scott and Linda Cohn standing by with Sports Center.
Hi, Linda.
The champs are there.
We may not get to you for a while, folks. It's 23-20, 2 minutes to go. The Bucs are out of timeouts.
And the Saints are out of a quarterback.
The Bucs, number 1 in the league on third down defense, but they have been hit 8 out of 16 times tonight. If the Saints get a first down, the game is over. Delhomme to throw. He's got a first down. Holy cow, are you kidding?
I'm telling you, stay over there.
You don't like my calls, huh?
I like that call.
Oh, Joe Warren runs a slant and Delhomme hit him on the numbers.
Oh, didn't we see this last week with Mike Shanahan?
No.
But it was incomplete.
When Steve Berline tried to hit Ed McCaffrey?
It was incomplete. This was not incomplete.
Oh, Greg Spires tries to swat this down.
What a throw.
There goes big play Joe Horn. Boy, when he was sitting in the office, we talked to him on Friday. He was really down and dejected. Now he's just down with the first down.
And now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can't do anything but watch.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen after this game. When we talked to Warren Sapp before this game, he said the first game they beat us. They beat us. He's going to say the same thing tonight.
Yes, he will.
And not trying to be funny about it. He's just going to say, hey, they were better than we were. They took it to us. They beat us.
He's very honest about his assessments of where his team is.
I think that this was a wake-up call for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They came into this game with a lot of confidence and a swagger. They were 9-2. They'd beaten the Green Bay Packers last week in a very physical game. They come into New Orleans, who has lost their last 2. Their confidence is shattered a little bit, or last week.
Next week, now they've got to play the Atlanta Falcons, and here is the NFC playoff picture. Tampa Bay still in first place at 9-3, one of 3 teams at 9-3, but Atlanta right behind at 8-3-1, and New Orleans stays alive as they win a huge game to get to 8-4 in spite of the injury to Aaron Brooks, in spite of the fact that their all-star running back Deuce McAllister had to play all game with a bad ankle. A huge win for New Orleans.
And they may wind up with Jake Delhomme as their quarterback next week, depending upon how Aaron Brooks' bicep feels.
Well, he was 1 for 1 tonight, and it was a huge one. Our final score, the Saints 23, the Bucs 20. For Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Colburn, our entire crew, this is Mike Patrick. Good night from the Superdome. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
ESPN.